in your bank, which sucks because I have a lot of iron. I had need to get copper.
Yeah.
I can build up armor crafting, and I did armor crafting and food and
Oh,
cooking.
nice. Yeah. I did because you can do two per
Mhm.
character. I did tailoring and artificing.
Artificer.
Yeah, I did those two because and I only chose the artificer because that Halloween event that we were doing with all the candy,
Uh-huh.
um you're supposed to like refine that and then that becomes currency so you can buy things from the
Yeah,
vendor.
yeah. I was looking at that. You need like 1,000 of each to get like one little point.
Yeah, and like you can't refine it until you level up your artificing. So
Uh,
that's why I chose it, but now it's over and I won't be able to do it until next year, but at least I have the candy
you can,
corn.
yeah. I have them. I have them hoarded. The candy
Yeah.
corn, the nougat, Snickers, the fake vampire teeth, and the
Oh yeah,
skull,
yeah.
and all those other ones.
Yeah.
Because if you get 1,000 of one of those, you get one of those little gold things, right?
Yeah, I think
And you
so.
need 10 for the first thing. That's a
Yeah.
lot of grinding, honestly, for that event. I was like, oh wow.
Oh, it's a grindy game for sure, but like back to the tag. Sorry, Samsung Guild Wars 2 talk real quick. When you see those tags on the map, those are experienced players who turned on their tag
Mhm.
because they're doing something for the map, like
Yeah,
running an event
a
or
lot of the time, yeah,
boss.
where they're doing those field bosses.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll do jumping puzzles too. So
Yeah.
especially if it's a
Mhm.
daily jumping puzzle, you go to that map, you go to the jumping puzzle. Most likely there will be a mesmer who has already done the jumping puzzle and made a portal for everybody. So you can just take the portal to the end and get the
Cheats.
credit.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. There was
It's not an
a
exploit.
little
It's in
dude
the
who made
game.
a portal.
Yeah.
Was that the Mesmer, the one that makes
Yeah.
portals?
hmm
And then I just ported it up to the thing and grabbed 2 treasure chests.
Yeah, it's probably a jumping puzzle,
Easy.
which you get achievements for that.
Yeah, it was like a Griffin Valley or something like that.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a jumping puzzle yet, and I'm dreading it because they are fucking annoying.
Well, it makes it easier with the mount.
You can't do the mount in jumping puzzles.
Oh, you can't?
They disable it. So if you ever like get kicked off, like if you get a DLC and get a mount, if you ever get randomly kicked off of it and you're not in battle, you
Mhm.
know that you're near a jumping puzzle
Oh, okay.
because they'll disable it. Or something else like of importance. You're close to something. Yeah, you should play Samson.
Yeah, I can't tear myself away from Eve long enough to play something else that requires that demands several hours a day.
God, I totally get it because I feel that way right now about Guild Wars 2. You know that I'm really into Guild Wars 2 when I've only played God of War Ragnarok for like 2 hours.
I did the same thing with Elden Ring. I played with quite a bit of Elden Ring, but then I just stopped because I'm just so obsessed with my kill board and so obsessed with what's going on. And Eve just dropped a new expansion that directly changed the faction warfare landscape, which is what our corporation, which is like a guild or clan or whatever, our corporation and our podcast, the other podcast that I'm on, is based on. So it was a huge deal, and now, and so what's good about it is I get more kills because there's more people to kill. That's all I really care about, and make
God,
money.
where was the pizza place that has hot Cheeto pizzas?
Oh, I don't think they do it anymore, dude. I know what you're talking about though, because Andrew loved that shit.
Yeah, I remember because we talked about it a long time ago, and we were thinking about getting one, but we never did. And when I say us, I mean Strength in Gaming, like back in the days when we used to be in the same room and stuff.
We can fucking make that shit ourselves.
Are you getting sick, Sam?
True. Probably.
It sounds like you're getting sick.
My nose is I can still, like, it's not clogged, but it's a little stuffy, and it kind of feels like, cottony, and it's kind of dry.
Allergies?
No,
No,
COVID.
Heather has the gondoloria.
No, I've been
Oh,
exposed
right.
to
Sorry.
COVID. Yeah.
I keep
just,
forgetting that.
I definitely, if I get sick right now, it's COVID. But for Heather, it's not been that bad. And
God, it was bad for me.
it was Friday when she first started showing symptoms. Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, so she should be at the tail end of it now.
I should be showing symptoms by now, but I
Mhm,
haven't shown. I should have shown symptoms on Wednesday.
Well,
But
you still
my
could
nose
have
is-
it and you don't have symptoms.
Yeah, exactly. And also I could test negative because my viral load is very low. And it's also a lot less. It's a lot harder for me to spread it unless I'm a piece of shit, and not cleaning my hands or coughing on people or sneezing on people or rubbing my face on people, licking people. I mean, I'm sure I would spread it if I did that, but
well, you already rub your balls on everything.
yeah, but it doesn't come from your balls. I think maybe your poop. I think you can get it from poop.
That's where you hold your most potent COVID is in your nuts. Cultures
choke
in
on
between
whiskey.
your grundle.
We need to do the show.
What's the
We
show?
don't even know what we're talking about. We don't even know what
I'm
we're talking
looking for a
about.
little bit more news.
All right.
Honestly, we should just release an episode like this where we talk about random shit, and then the
I
end of
don't
the
mind
episode,
doing that.
the end of the episode is like, hey, we need to do the actual show.
Yeah,
then just end it there.
End it. This is the end.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
What
the
the
end.
hell?
Because sometimes I feel like our random conversations are really good.
No, they
know?
are. And honestly, I that's kind of what I want to keep. I don't want to ever make this show so strict that it's no fun, right? Like I'll produce other shows not necessarily like that, but you know what I mean? Like we're working on Spicy Thoughts now. There's a lot of planning going into it because it's not going to be, like a every week kind of deal. It's going to be like a 8 episodes this year, 8 episodes next year, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like we're going to plan it out and do it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a different kind of. It's not current events, though. That could be something we could do later. But you know what I mean? Like it's a different. This is like. Strength in Gaming is like us shooting the shit about what's happening in gaming, like, really. And personally, I never liked. I hear that apparently people like to know that we're humans and that we have normal lives and things happen in our lives besides video games.
Yeah.
I always get annoyed when I listen to podcasts where people talk about bullshit.
That's
for the
just
first,
nosy people, dude.
like 15 minutes. Well, I know, but I mean, think about our fan base, right? I mean, like who what, like, I don't know. And they hear enough about my ball sack, so they don't need to really hear much more about that. But like, but
Not much.
I mean, we were talking about video games.
yeah, we're talking about video games. But yeah, so Eve, Uprising, Faction Warfare. One of the things that's kind of neat about it is they since they made a really good changes to Faction Warfare, it sort of infused it with new players and revitalized old players that want to come back into Faction Warfare, but also made it more lucrative for anybody in Faction Warfare. So like the first day it released, you get from doing Faction Warfare, whatever activities in Faction Warfare, you get what's called loyalty points, or LP, and you spend that at the loyalty point store, the LP store, and you can buy Navy versions of things, like Navy versions of ships, blueprints to make Navy versions of ships that are much better, or at least differently suited type ships, that, and they're worth a lot more money than the regular standard tier 1 ship or whatever. And in this release, they released dreadnoughts. They released Navy dreadnoughts, which is new. We've never had Navy factions above battleships. So they released Navy dreads. And for my faction, I grabbed like the very first blueprint for the Navy dread for my faction, and I flew to the trade hub with my alt and I put it up for sale. Nobody else was selling it, and I got 3.5 billion ISK for it, which was a bit inflated.
Jesus.
So like I think the next, I think it's gone down a little bit more. I think like it's at about 2.5 billion. I think it's probably going to average out around 2 billion, and then once it gets saturated, it'll be like worth 1 billion. So I made a good amount of money off of that, and that's months worth of ships for PvPing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is gonna blow my fucking ball sack. I gotta get this.
and on stream, one of the dudes in my fleet yesterday fucking gave me a carrier, which is
Carrier has arrived.
worth about as much as what I just said, what I sold.
Didn't
Jesus
he
Christ.
also try to sell you on some propaganda too?
Well, that was funny because he just randomly said something about that, and both Frozen. So I mean, it's probably not going to air anyway, but he goes, "Did you guys hear that 90 doctors died from the jab in Canada?" And we were like, "What?" And both Frozen and I were like, "What are you talking about?" So I just like, and I was streaming, so I just kind of like quickly changed the subject and told him, "Oh yeah, cite that, send me the link, I'll check it out later." You know what I mean? Like, and it's just some,
Yeah.
it's just
Dude,
some BS.
it was a manifesto,
right-wing
dude.
manifesto.
It was like Charlie
anti-vaxxer bullshit.
doing
Like,
and Always Sunny
no,
and shit, trying to
90
explain it.
doctors didn't fucking die from
No, they
getting a
didn't.
vaccination. That's not a thing. But I love the guy. He's awesome. He's fun to fly with. I don't give a shit about his political views. Like when we're in space killing people, it's just about
That's
killing
all it's
fucking
about.
nerds in space.
Yeah.
It's where we can all come together so we can hopefully
Yeah.
avoid a fucking civil war.
Yeah. People should play more video games, man.
Exactly.
It would bring the world together.
except when it gets to Ender's Game, and then we're all
Yeah.
that's when I'll be like, yeah, I just won the tournament. You just killed 10 million people in real life.
You
What?
just committed genocide of another race.
I just destroyed another planet in real life. What? Spoilers.
I mean,
Whoever's watched Ender's Game.
but and this is the magic of video games, is that you are so invested in Eve right now, and you're having like such a great time that even other great games are not catching your attention. And I think that's something
It's
special
hard.
that video games have that like
But
other
also-
forms of media don't.
Yes, but also I'm chasing the dragon cat. So I have a bit of an issue there.
Well,
I'm a
hey,
little addicted to PvP.
hold up. Does it get in the way of your work?
No,
Then it's not a problem.
I can make plenty of money.
Is your wife mad at you
Sometimes.
All the time.
because you're playing video games?
No, not really. Like
Because she
I've been
also plays
I'm
video
able
games.
I'm able to keep it under wraps, but she does give me shit if I like, okay, I'm gonna talk about Eve for 30 seconds, and she starts counting.
Okay, but
Exactly.
that is not indicative of a serious
What?
problem.
No, but here's the thing though, and this is well documented and factual. There are people that have, and I feel lucky to not have to worry about that, because like we'll be in fleet and the FC or someone key in fleet will just be like, I gotta go wife aggro, and then just fucking leave. Like they'll just say wife aggro
Wife-
and then fucking leave.
Wife alert! Wife alert!
But no, I really try to, if there's any sort of events, I give a quite a bit of a heads up before that, and also like I try to keep it from interfering with life. So like I have to, for example, when I start in the morning, I start playing. I do what's called gate camping. It's just really easy to do, and it's really, if you have three. I think you need about 3 characters in game. So I'll multi-box 3 characters in game, and then I can solo gate camp very efficiently.
Oh!
But it requires a decent amount of attention because I have to be running intel constantly. And if I see someone show up in one of the 2 systems, of the gate camp, I have to make sure to run intel on that person and see if they're dangerous or not. How dangerous are they? And if I'm more dangerous than they are, basically. Just like okay, they don't fly ships big enough to kill me, so they're gonna come through with a ship that's juicy for me to kill, and I'll kill them. But then I see somebody else that shows up, and I mark these people, I label them in game. The really dangerous ones are the ones that have lots of friends, and even worse, the ones that are what are called Cynos, or they fly ships, Cyno ships that can generate what's called a cynosural field, and that can drop black ops or dreads on your face, basically. So someone can just show up with a ship, from they're the only other person in system, light a Cyno, and then people 10 systems away can just appear next to you and fucking murder you. So you have to watch out for that kind of stuff. And that's how I've lost a lot of ships that way, but I've gotten a lot better at sussing out who is one and recording who I already know. No, seriously, dude. Like I'm an intelligence officer. I've been an intelligence officer.
He's at maximum zoom out, and all you see is little dots.
Yeah.
Because I have to see everything.
I've noticed that it just looks like a whole lot of.
It depends.
Nothing.
Well, it depends on when I'm streaming. If I'm not doing something like that, if I'm doing lately, like if I try to zoom in more when we get into like actual fights, but it depends on the situation. I've gotten better with. I'm trying to get better with that because it's hard. What's actually would be better is if I had a camera person watching my ships and stream that instead. What we did recently for the Uprising release, I wasn't really participant in it, but Frozen and our alliance, along with Noir, which is they're the oldest mercenary corp in all of Eve, or mercenary alliance in all of Eve. And they joined our faction recently. So for the Uprising, they did a streaming event. And what Frozen did was he had them all on, and like 3 or 4 different people streaming to Discord. And then they would say, I got to fight, and then he would switch to them on his stream and you could watch their fight and then switch back to us. And one of the things that was fun was that we there was this guy fighting this dude and it was taking forever. It was like he was kiting him. I'm sure you know what kiting means. It's the same in every MMO. Do you know what kiting means, Kat?
No.
Okay, kiting is when you stay far enough away from something so it can't hit you, and you can keep hitting it.
That like makes sense. Attacks. Okay.
That's
yes.
kiting.
Yeah.
So kiting in pretty much any game is always going to take a lot longer than just running up and beating the shit out of something, right? Brawling. And so he starts this fight, and it's an intense fight, and they're watching it, and he's saying, I don't know, it's going to take forever. And then all of a sudden, Frozen and I get into this skirmish with a bunch of destroyers versus destroyers. So he's like, okay, switch back to that. And we fight. We have a fight with the destroyers, like fucking 3. We killed like 3 destroyers. We lost like 1 or 2. And then he switches back, and that guy's still fighting that other fucker, and finally he kills him. So it was kind of interesting. But really,
mind you, he makes it sound intense, but they're mostly just zoomed out, hitting little dots.
Okay, but that's the thing, though, Sal. Like, if you need a camera person to watch up close, because
wouldn't the camera person get destroyed though? It'd be another thing if
no, you could be cloaked and you can just.
What that game needs is the ability to use multiple monitors, right?
Yeah,
like on one monitor.
I have 3 characters on 3 monitors.
Oh my lord!
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have multiple monitors on one monitor. You have a close up. A close up.
It's called multi-boxing, Cat.
Okay, maybe you have a problem.
It's so how you become successful.
He has 3 screens where everything is completely zoomed out, and you see little dots. No, what I'm saying is one monitor has like a zoomed out screen of your like radar, and the other one is the actual like.
You know what? I can do that actually. Okay, so to that point, if I'm not doing gate camping where I require like eyes on one side of the gate, if I'm just doing that, I could totally film stuff. All I'd have to do is have my eyes, let's say like on the battlefield, cloaked, and then have them watching my ship. And that way I could have, I could stream that, like up close of the ships fighting, and I could be zoomed out, because to be tactical and to have to kill the way that, I have to see the whole battlefield. I have to know what's going on. So that's what I could do actually, is I could just take my eyes, fly them to wherever I'm at, and cloak them.
I like how these non-Eve players are helping you figure out.
I don't think that was
A
Sal's
new
intention. I just think he was trying to make fun of
No,
Eve.
it's because the game is not fucking exciting whatsoever, dude. It's completely zoomed out. You're
Well-
fucking hitting little points in the sky. Is like, because I played the game for fucking 2 years with numbnuts.
Those points.
So-
Okay,
So
but
you
he was.
know.
You guys were minors. All you did was mine. You didn't fucking PvP.
the PvP was
The
hot
PvP
garbage.
was y'all got fucking destroyed. Is what happened. Obviously.
no, dude. I don't know if I saw my account, but I had fucking billions of ISK, dude, just from fucking mining, dude. It never
Tell me
got
where your
attacked by
account is, because I
anybody.
want your billions of isks out.
I don't. Fuck, I wouldn't even know what fucking email I used back then.
Figure it
Holy
out.
shit.
I need
But,
another. I need another tune. Now I have a problem.
But we never got attacked by any factions or anything like that.
Because you were in high security space, probably.
Maybe, I don't know, but the game was basically
Yeah, mining is boring as balls. I kill
Well,
mine.
like, sometimes we get-
Actually, I mine a lot. I kill miners and haulers, and I take their fucking ore. That's how I mine.
yes,
I'm a pirate.
Speaking of which, I have to do some mining in Guild Wars 2
Oh, yeah.
because I want to start doing legendary crafting. But in order to do that, you have to level up your crafting. And in order to
Oh
do
my
that,
god, why is the crafting system so shit on this game, dude?
What is it like?
Holy
Is it like
fuck.
Undead Legacy, Sal?
Dude.
No, it's not that they try to be realistic about it. It's just that to make shit takes so much fucking crap, dude. You gotta
Yeah.
burn a lot of fucking money.
Sal, wait
craft.
until you
EverQuest
fucking get
had a
to
lot of
legendary crafting. It's redonkulous.
Crafting is ridiculous in Eve. I don't even mess with it. That's why I buy shit from other people.
You
or
just
steal
buy or
shit.
steal.
I steal, buy, steal. Yeah.
Like right
Well-
now, I'm stuck because I gotta go back to the lower level areas to get copper.
Yes, me
Fucking
too. I was
find
just about
copper.
to say that. My next play session is going to be dedicated to lower level zones
So you can
Yeah.
get
and just
copper.
picking up all the resources I see.
And where the fuck do you get jute?
You get it by dismantling equipment that you get from
Just like
Looting.
the cloth stuff, right?
yeah.
But because if
There's
you
no like
dismantle
plants. There's
yeah,
no
if you
cloth
dismantle
plants.
the medium stuff, it gives you sometimes leather. And
Leather,
sometimes
yeah.
Ore.
So you need like to dismantle light armor.
Yeah, but you hardly ever get any of that shit, especially if you're
Have you been doing events?
Yeah.
Do a bunch of events.
Yeah.
That will help too.
oh
Well, that helps with karma, but it helps like, especially if you go on like beat 'em up events rather than like escorting events, like the ones where you have to like defend
yeah.
a spot. Those help because you have so many bodies to loot. So, in a short amount of time.
So you need a shit ton of jute, and
Yeah,
then I need
I need
fuck
to go
ton
back
of
and get
copper.
that. Yeah.
And then the tin you can just buy off of the dude, but it's so fucking expensive to level.
Yeah, I need jute desperately to get my tailoring to level 25, and then I haven't even looked at what I would need next. But basically,
And
I'm
then
just gonna go
cooking
around and
is-
pick everything up.
Cooking is hard too because you don't get many things. Like I need peppercorns so I can make salt and pepper, just to make like pizzas and shit like that.
Yeah, it's like different zones have certain foods. You
Yeah.
know, like I've only seen cayenne pepper in like one zone that I've been in so far, and not in the others. For example, like herbs and onions you can find in like a lot of zones. But like, yeah, there's specialty ones like cayenne pepper. I don't see that a lot, but I've picked it up before. Yeah, I haven't fucked with food really.
And then potatoes are a bitch to
foods-
find.
Give you buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, so Evercrack had a very similar thing where if different types of foods would give you different types of buffs, and the crafting was pretty ridiculous, so I never got into it, but that's how people made a lot of money. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, that's in
I
Guild
tried
Wars
like
too.
making
If you
armor
look up
originally.
if you look up level 80 foods, people are selling them for like a gold or two just for like one or two of those.
Make bank,
It's
man.
good money
That's what-
right there.
That's what I always found in MMOs is that especially if you PvP, because PvP usually requires more costs of some kind, depending on the MMO, whether it's just wanting to be stronger so you can kill more, or if it's an MMO that you actually lose stuff when you die, then you need to be able to fund that somehow. And so crafting is always one of the main things in MMOs to like make money.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, what's cool though with this one is if you get enough gold, you can convert them to diamonds through the exchange, and you don't have to buy any of the premium currency to buy the shit in the Black Lion thing.
Yeah.
But as you know, in most MMOs, I just ended up buying fucking.
Yeah, Sam gets lazy. It's like, yeah, I'll just buy gold
because I just want to kill.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
not in Evercrack. Not in Evercrack. I never PvP'd, but in WoW I PvP'd.
But in Evercrack, you bought platinum.
I know I did, absolutely. In the original, in the actual EverQuest. However, in Project 1999, I did not. What I did was I spent time and grinded, and I have like a level 52 bard now, and I can afford to. All I got to do is go to the fucking Wraith Mountains and kill some hill giants, and I have enough money to start. I have a level 22 necromancer that's fully fucking twinked out. Like, I fucking love
at that
Project
game.
1999.
I would love to play that game in VR.
Yes. Did you see? Did I share it with you guys?
What?
Hold on. Okay. You just said that. Let me find this really quick, because I guess I didn't share it with you guys. Here it is. You know what? I'm just gonna screen share this to you. Let's do that. Let's do screen share.
Okay.
And at this point, this is the episode. Who cares?
This is a show.
Let's do screen share. We'll do screen 3, share, and then we'll do share sound. Where is it? Hold on.
VR EverQuest.
This dude he's still working on it, but he made Evercrack in VR.
And you could go to the old. Oh,
So choppy.
All right.
Yeah, but that's how it looks when you're watching it, right? If it's in the set, it's not as
I'm gonna
bad.
try to stay in the camera here. I'm a little close to my desk.
Dude, this
Oh.
I saw this, and now it's
Usually-
still in its infancy. He's only done a little bit.
I mean, I'm
So
still
when you see
getting
this
EQ
happening-
feels.
It's because
Oh,
this dude's
yeah, you
arm
are.
doesn't go as far as mine, because we're not. The EQ models aren't very to scale to real humans.
Oh, EQ models.
Cat,
In proportion, I guess.
you hop on Project 99 anytime you want. I have
But it's
several
pretty close.
characters
That's
now.
I don't-
I have
Stretched all the way out. You can see like a
I would
I know,
prefer to
but-
play
But when you go
a
forward, I guess because I locked
more
the shoulder, so
modern
not as
version of
wonky.
EverQuest.
Uh,
Because the
what
original
I'm thinking about doing
was
is adding, like, a
very,
little-
very grindy and very.
Yeah, but it's so here's the thing though. It's not as bad.
called? Probably like a
It's-
little,
it's much more fun when you twink out
translucent
characters and
hand
when
or
you have
something
someone that
comes-
can
like
either
when your
that
real
can
hand
that can
comes out,
buff
like,
you or
show you
play
where
with
you're
you,
actually grabbing, but I
like
can
a really
feel
good
it for the most
combination.
part.
Power leveling
can-
is a thing too, but
You
that's
know
not
where
as
your hand's
fun.
at.
Can you turn off
Anyways,
the sound?
Yeah.
Because if we're
gonna be a
discussing, then
longer
it's
video
going to be
than-
confusing with the sound behind us. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, he made it in VR, and I just funny that you said that, because I recently saw who fucking murdered that orc. Did you see that? He went fucking flying.
Those are the guards, though, right?
Yeah, the guards murdered the orcs.
But yeah, if you.
Oh man, this is
It's too bad the game is
and that's the
tab
that's
targeting though.
the common lands over there, right? Yeah.
There's I don't know how well this will work because of it's tab targeting, right? So you target a thing and then you hit whatever button you need to, and it does it automatically. It doesn't require a skill check.
Yeah, it's not a so it would take a long time to convert this, but I just thought since you mentioned it, like that I would show you.
That would be amazing. This game would be amazing if you could play like an actual VR where you have to aim to hit something.
Yeah, the only thing about that, of course, is it would have to be PvE only, and there could it would be very limited in how many people could be in the game.
And I think if they wanted more people, they would need to improve the graphics if they want new people, because this appeals
for
to
new people. This
appeals to the
nostalgia
old
goggles.
school.
This is our fucking.
Yeah.
Bro, how many people can be in one zone at a time?
We don't want new people because not.
Well, I mean, they could totally do it with thousands. It's not graphics intensive to do this.
Well, that's the thing, right? So if you kept the graphics low, then you could have more people and you could support it easier now. Because the servers you need now, the server requirements for this game have to be much lower than the shit that we're playing now. You know what I mean?
You guys watching this, I'm having flashbacks to my very first MMO character ever. In EQ, her name was Bulma, because I was obsessed with Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
And she was an erudite.
Yeah, because your dad's an erudite. He's always an erudite, right? He was an erudite paladin, I think.
Yeah, he was an erudite too.
Shit, the movement and everything. This would be fucking amazing and played in VR.
I would fucking love this, dude. Like,
dude, I'd play this.
We'd never see Samson again. He would never leave his house. He'd never come on for another podcast.
Oh, he's killing hill giants right now.
Yeah, Sam's gone.
Dude, could you imagine seeing a hill giant in VR though?
They look like
fucking dies.
They look like my brother-in-law. Have you seen a hill giant? Here, I'll show you.
Images.
Oh yeah, Sal, you got to tell me what your character's name
is.
Look,
it's Sean.
So I can add you in Guild Wars 2. Oh Jesus.
That's a hill giant.
Wow.
That's funny. Dude, that brings back so many memories.
Graphics are just mwah.
Yeah.
It was just like fucking rudimentary, but dude, there's so much
They're good
nostalgia in that shit.
Okay, so there's one thing that I want to point out about that. So that we talk about nostalgia goggles all the time. And that experience you saw right there, that is what I felt when I first played EverQuest, because it was the first 3D MMO.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it already felt like it was virtual reality to
it blew your mind back then.
My mind was just blasted. Okay.
Now your mind is blasted all over again.
Yeah.
Because it's in actual VR.
When Sam gets addicted, though, he gets very stabby.
Yeah, I do get stabby. It's because I don't eat, right? Like if I'm just playing, I forget to fucking eat, and then I get hungry
like a couple of days later.
Yeah, that's how I need to lose weight, right? Just fucking leave VR.
God!
Why
hasn't anybody done something like that, right?
It's too complicated. That game's way too complicated for VR, because you need the mouse and you need the keyboard. So it's like it's a hotkey type of game, right? Like it's like playing StarCraft or something like that. You wouldn't play StarCraft in VR.
You need the numbers to do your different moves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in EverQuest,
classic MMO.
This looks terrible.
It could be easily done though. Like some of the current what's the name of Zenith? I think is one of the MMO VR games. So to have multiple skills on one hand, you hold down the trigger button, and you use the little arrow button up and down to use different spells.
And then the other trigger with the up and downs would be a different.
With Evercrack, it's much simpler compared to other MMOs. Definitely super grindy and hard and unforgiving, but like in most, like I think I needed 6 number keys, and I have them on my mouse, right? So that I with my Bard, I can do what's called twisting songs and twist the song. So that's how I kill hill giants, right? I kite them and then DOT them to death. They can't do anything. They just die. And then I take their motherfucking platinum.
Dude, if somebody can figure that out, dude, I'll play the shit out of that game, dude. I don't think I'll come out of VR. 8 hours.
See, I miss Project 1999. I haven't played it in a while. Because it was just so good to go back to a game that I was never able to get past like level. I think my highest level character in the original EverQuest was 36,
and that's impressive for EverQuest. Let me tell you,
she was a monk.
I've never gotten past like level 19.
Yeah, and now like I said, I think Nishka, my bard, I think she's a minstrel now. So it goes. You start with a bard, and then when you hit level 51, your title changes.
Oh, that's kind of like Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's
that's
like
EverQuest. Yes, I know it came after, but like
there are two kinds of MMO people, right, that are around our age, and that's people that cut their teeth on EverQuest and people that cut their teeth on Ultima Online.
Oh,
those were the two like
the two MMOs.
Big MMOs that came out, and
we were an EQ family.
Yeah, and I was an EQ absolutely, but because like I begged so I'll tell you a little quick story. I begged. My parents didn't even have credit cards. My parents did not have credit cards, so I could not play EverQuest. This was a problem.
Oh, because we didn't have debit cards back then to charge monthly.
Debit cards didn't exist.
Right.
Debit cards didn't exist yet. Right. Cats.
That's what I said.
This is before.
I'm old enough to know that.
I remember when my dad got his first debit card. He used it to buy a new mattress at like a Mattress Plus or something. I remember that. But, so I couldn't. No one in my family, and it wasn't just my immediate family that lived in that house, man. My grandfather, my grandma had passed away by that time. My aunt and my family and my cousin all lived in the same fucking house, and probably a transient or two. Like sometimes there are homeless people who live at our house. But like, my aunt had a lot of suitors. Let's just say. And one of them happened to be a little bit well-to-do because some of them were sugar daddies, and I somehow convinced this dude that was not really sort of maybe dating my aunt to let me use his credit card to play EverQuest.
Wow.
And it worked.
That's impressive. Did he pay for your EverQuest for like ever after that or what?
No, so after I don't think this could be used. I think the statute of limitations is over now, and I was a minor at the time.
Okay, we're taking a break.
after I used it for porn, he stopped letting me.
Jesus Christ! Oh, that's right.
Fraud.
You used to have to pay for porn.
I did credit card fraud when I was a teenager.
What? Oh my God!
I'm gonna look that up so I don't have to edit that out. Hold on. What's the statute of limitations?
Boys are just little fucking turd monsters.
Well, no, he has.
They'll do anything for porn. Now it's free. Now
it's free. You can find it everywhere.
Now boys don't have to do anything.
Well, no, now it's like if you want some extra features, you pay $100 a year or something. That's how porn is now, right? But back then it was like $50 a month or something. Well, OnlyFans that's for simping, and it's really expensive for simping. If you're
people like to simp.
More than one person.
People really like to simp. They really think it's going to get them somewhere.
When you get a credit card, or sign other type of credit card agreement, you enter a contract creditor agreement for written contracts 2 years. No, this is not.
You were a minor though, so like.
Well,
is there a limit on credit? Fair credit access that you must report fraudulent cards within 60 days. Credit card theft or fraudulent use of credit card, class a misdemeanor, up to 1 year in prison and a fine up to $2,000. Class D, felony. Under the rules, credit cards similar provide credit card fraud laws. Oh God, this is so hard to find.
No,
dude,
it's the only
doesn't
way
matter anymore.
The only way that applies is if the dude's the card holder is the one that presses charges. So
yeah, and there was no charges pressed. So no, it's not actually like
he just slapped your hand and was like,
I lied my way out of it, and said basic. No, fuck no. I didn't get caught.
Oh,
someone stole his card information, obviously.
Oh, really? He didn't know it was you?
Do you know how good I am at that shit, man? I got away with so much. I never got caught in all the fucking crimes I committed.
I'm just saying that he's kind
Never
of a
hurt
dumbass if he doesn't know that it was you, because you
Cat.
he gave you his card information.
Cat, he was
What?
simping. He was a simp for my aunt.
He probably overlooked
that's all I
it
needed.
just because he was dating the aunt. It's like this
Simping.
kid.
That's what it's about. But like, this, I just remember. But then later on, well, after I got my own job, ooh, I was able to pay for it myself. But that's when I started. That's when I found out you could buy in-game currency. But that's another story that we've already told. I think.
That's another problem entirely.
It is. But damn, man, that brings up so much. That's so much nostalgia.
Yeah, I
from back in
remember
the
you
day.
buying like a bunch of plat to buy some fucking claws or some fucking shit.
Yeah. My so when I bought platinum with my like level 30 something monk character, it was when the Bazaar had released. So I think it was the expansion with the cats. I don't remember the name of it.
Oh
but
my god,
Khajiit.
yes. No, yes, but no.
yes, but no, yes.
I forgot what they're called.
I think your dad will enjoy this episode. We have to tell him to make sure he listens. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
I will have
listens
to tell
like
him. He
every
will.
episode, I think, anyways. Especially if
Love you, Dad.
Ella is on.
Stop.
Well, I was favorite librarian back on. I love your dad. Your dad is amazing.
He's gonna be like, I don't know why Samson keeps bringing up Ella.
I know why. I was there. No, she's really cool. She's a really cool person. It would be awesome to actually like hang out with her because so it's rare. It's rare that you get to meet people that are as unique as like her or other friends that I've met that they're just awesome people. It doesn't matter what their fucking job is. Right?
Her
What
and
their
Lizifer.
career.
Her and
Lizifer,
Lizifer
yes. We need to have Lizifer back on.
so cool.
Liz is fucking awesome. I'm sad that we only did one D&D session with her. But that was fun. And she's really fucking cool. Follow her on Instagram, Lizifer, and Facebook and stuff. But we'll hang out again. I'll reach out to her.
I wonder if
a lot
she's
of fun.
completed her D&D game thing. Maybe we should.
Oh
have,
yeah, that's right. The last time she was
update,
on, she had that AR augmented reality like D&D deal that they were working on with fucking Joe and shit.
Yeah, I got to get my my Sandman helmet done so
It's
I
looking
can.
good though where you're
Thank
at already. I saw what it
you.
looked like. I was like, that's impressive.
I haven't worked on it in like a couple weeks just because I knew I wasn't going to get it done by Halloween, and like I got distracted with Guild Wars 2, God of War.
I know the feeling. Like I'm trying to start other entirely new podcasts, Kat, and all I could do is play Eve.
No, I got to say, thank God. Right now, there's something going on with Elder Scrolls Online, with the add-ons. Like all the
Oh my
add-ons
God.
are busted, and it's not going to get fixed until like the 14th.
So it's keeping you from playing for a little bit. Like
yeah.
I get to take a break.
Both Dave and I were like,
so
oh my God, yeah, we'll just take
speaking
a
of
break
that,
from that.
We were I think it was on my stream on Wednesday when I was in Fleet. I was FCing for Eve in Fleet, and somebody brought up ESO, or it may have been a different Fleet. I don't know. But the point was that somebody was talking about Eve, and then they were like, I don't mean to bring up different games, but like they, and oh no, it was last. So like we were talking about how some big changes like either bring new people in or get rid of old people, right? Like get tired of like, I don't like change. And someone mentioned ESO events and stuff like that, but also some other game. Ark. Someone mentioned Ark. And apparently they're making an Ark 2, but like all of the like hardcore Ark players. Do you know what Ark is, Kat?
Yeah.
Okay. Ark all the like hardcore Ark players are like, I don't want to fucking start over because they have like these insane
Yeah.
bases and shit. Like, and then I was like, I can and can't relate to that because I've restarted 7 days so many fucking times. Like I've had like amazing bases and shit, and then just like, let's just restart.
There's something about 7 Days to Die where starting over just feels so good. It's like, here I am again, starting over. Like,
Speaking
I'm
of which,
happy
Kat,
to.
Sal made an amazing fucking horde base. You need to come back and play with us.
I know. I'm sorry. I've been really into Guild Wars too.
Yeah, I know. I can't say.
Like-
I mean, I've put so much fucking Eve.
Like, I'm already in Master Points in Guild Wars 2. I've flown
How did you get to 80 so fast? Like I've been popping the XP boosters and doing all the events and shit.
Oh, I hardly pop anything. I just recently started popping stuff like food or bonuses or whatever, just to like get them out of my fucking inventory.
Yeah, I know that. Oh my god, do they make bigger bags than 27 slots?
27 slots. I'm sure they do, but like they're expensive. Like that's like way end game shit.
Oh
like
my God, it's been a year since I contacted Liz last. I feel bad.
Lucifer?
She's been busy though. She's been very busy.
No, but I mean, like since I've reached out.
Oh.
Like no, we
I've been liking her cosplay.
So like so here's the thing.
She liked mine too.
I need like for Strength in Gaming, I need more. I don't give myself enough time to do all of the tedious shit like social media, and I just have so many other things going on that I can't reach out to everybody, once a month or something. Like that's what you need, right?
I know.
You need to keep good relationships open with all the really cool people, and that's not even just Strength in Gaming. It's like real life, right? Like just regular life. It's like
you need to be a full-blown company to just
in so long, and I miss hanging out with their ass. But like,
you need to be a full-blown company even in your personal life just to like keep up with everything that you want to keep up with. Like you need a personal assistant in real life and in like the podcast, right? Because like obviously like Sal and I could also reach out to people, but also
I don't talk
Sal
to
and I
people.
Sal doesn't talk to people. I get distracted. Or
I barely
stressed.
talk to my family.
Like it's hard, man. It's hard.
Yeah. Life and just everything gets in the way. You plan on doing something and all of a sudden it's 3 weeks later and like, oh fuck, I forgot to do that or do this and that. As you get older, it gets worse. So
yeah. Don't have time for anything anymore.
yeah,
I don't even have time a lot of the time to just play a game with somebody.
You used to be a punk pickle, and then you hang out with people and drink and do all this shit, and then you get older, and then you just become a Poindexter Pinkle, and then
Pinkle.
You don't have time for any of the extracurriculars.
Sal with the transitions and the fucking top-notch produce. That would be another thing too that I would really like on every show that I'm like hosting in, is to have someone else be the producer, not one of us, but have someone that isn't the host producing it. You know what I mean? Because then when we're like, I don't know if that's true, someone can like fucking look it up while we're just still talking. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Like,
or someone can be like, wrap it up without us having to do that ourselves, or someone can
like, I know Pangeekery kind of had that going on.
Well, that's Ronnie. Ronnie's always the one that's telling everybody, hey.
And
he's also overloaded, so I don't want to. Yeah.
But I watch the H3 podcast. And they have a system like that where Ethan is like the main face, the main host, and he has all these people behind the scenes, but they have become part of his show while also maintaining the jobs that they do. But it's crucial that they do those jobs. He has someone on the chat to make sure that they see things coming through chat. They have moderators on the chat. They have somebody editing clips on the fly. They have somebody doing Photoshop images on the fly for funny content during the show. They have Dan, the producer, who makes sure that they're on time for their ad rolls, and also is kind of like their compliance officer. Like if Ethan says something way off base, Dan will be like, whoa,
Dude,
whoa,
every time.
That doesn't stop Ethan from getting fucking.
No, or like he'll feel it coming. Dan will feel it coming, and you can tell that he's giving a face or he looks tense to Ethan because Ethan looks over at him and he's
Wait,
like,
what show is
"Oh,
this?
Dan doesn't want me to say it."
H3. Yeah. There was a time. It was back when I was working like in an office. I was watching them like all the time. They were one of my favorites. I haven't watched them recently. Now I've been fucking addicted to, like, if I'm, as soon as it's like lunchtime, I'm gonna be
He started
on-
dipping his toe into politics now, though.
Yeah,
So
I'm the majority report.
Before he would never do anything political or even think about politics.
He recently got banned for a week from YouTube because he said something mean about
about
the guy you were looking at. What's the guy's name?
Jordan
Ben
Peterson.
Shapiro?
No, the other one.
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, he made a
douche nozzle.
he made a Holocaust reference.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of
people
anti-Semitism going on right now.
People didn't know that he's a Jewish man.
Yeah.
So
how did you not know that?
It was inappropriate.
Isn't his wife?
It was
Holocaust.
what
Isn't
he said
his wife
was
Israeli?
Yeah, but what Ethan said about Ben Shapiro was really not cool. Like, I'll tell you when we're not recording anymore. Like, that's how freaked out I am about it. Like, that we'd get canceled if I just repeated what he said.
Okay, then
I'll tell you later.
He got banned.
Let's get canceled.
He got banned from Twitter.
Real quick, every time we're recording, every time we're recording and someone brings up Liz and we talk about her, I immediately message her on Facebook and get a response immediately.
Are you serious? You did that right now?
Yes, I did. So like
you go, Liz, we're talking about you.
No, yeah. So literally I sent her a GIF of, one of those people in like those T-Rex, those blow up T-Rex costumes.
Yes, I have one of those.
Oh my God, no. Seriously?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So I sent her. That's amazing. And we're going to use that at some point. And sent her a GIF of one of those people like waving with the tiny little arm. And she almost immediately sent back a Doge waving back. And so I said, we are recording and you came up and we miss you and we want you back on the show sometime, LOL. And then she almost immediately, cry face heart. That is so cute. Miss you all too. And then she said, my jelly beans exploded in my drawer. And I thought of our last recording.
Ew.
Oh, gross. Wait, she's in Texas now, though, right?
That's gotta be terrible, dude.
Oh my God, that
heat must have fucking dissolved. Oh, dude,
right? Like if it happened during the summer,
dissolved.
Here, everybody, I'm gonna do a screenshot. Everybody make like that smells disgusting face. I think that worked. Oh yeah, there we go. Copy, and then paste, and there we go.
Like they smell bad enough just opening the can up. Imagine them.
Yeah,
dissolve.
Seriously, just getting one of them out.
All the juices,
and you get a whiff of the inside, and you're like,
oh. Subway's still been doing those Bean Boozles on her stream.
Yeah,
fuck that shit. No,
during the Extra Life stream, she got like spoiled milk so many times.
Yeah,
and she eats it, dude. I don't know how she does that. Like, I have to spit that shit out, or I'm gonna throw up.
I mean, I can do it. So I gotta say, it was a pretty terrible experience when I think it was one of our Bean Boozles. I don't know if it was with Frozen or with Liz or with Earl or somebody else, but I was like, I was doing the thing that I normally do, which is the one-upsmanship bullshit that me and Devin always get into when we're doing spicy shit.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to do 2 this time. And it was the one that could be vomit or peach and the one that could be spoiled milk or toasted marshmallow.
Both vomit and spoiled milk?
It was the most gross. It tasted like I threw up spoiled milk.
A winning combination.
Gross.
It tasted like I threw up spoiled milk.
Gross.
It was gross. But it was amusing.
Gross.
But yeah.
Did you send her the picture?
Yes, I did.
of all of us being like, ugh.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess
Did you just burp, Cat?
Yeah. You're welcome. It's a truly. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that'll do that.
it's
I remember. So another aside, random story. Sounds like I have something that I actually want to say, but I'm going to say this now. Heather and I are friends. Even Patrick. We went kayaking with them in like Newport Back Bay, and if you ever, I don't know if you've ever kayaked in Newport Back Bay, or not Back
No.
Bay, but Newport Harbor. We kayaked in Newport
Fucking
Harbor.
kayaks,
I
Sam.
kayak in Back Bay also, but like we
nobody
kayaked-
kayaks.
Shut up, Sal.
The one time I went kayaking, it has scarred me for life, so I don't do it anymore.
No, Heather and I are both trained in kayak rescue now, Kat. So if you want to go out with us, you're be safe.
Well, look, it's not that I don't feel safe. I just have trauma associated with it because I was the fat kid that got into the kayak and it sank.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I didn't get my kayak badge that day.
Like, why
Oh.
would you want to go kayaking now, though? Because we got great white
awesome.
sharks on our coast now.
There's no sharks in Newport Back Bay. Anyways,
You're gonna eat-
so
one of
we
these
went-
days you're gonna get eaten by
there's a
jaws.
section where there's a couple of like private beaches, and then there's this one beach that's literally like part of a park, a small park, and then if you walk through the park, there's a liquor store on the other side. So we just like we docked our kayaks on the beach, and then Pat and I we walked over to the liquor store. We brought back like a 12-pack of Modelo, and we just sat on that little beach and drank fucking Modelos. And the reason why I brought that up was because slightly douchier white people, whiter than us, we were pretty fucking white, even though there were two Spaniards in the group, a Brazilian and a Costa Rican. They were still pretty fucking white.
Okay.
And these really, really white, like preppy people pull up in their kayaks and they sit down and they already had Truly with them. So it's like, I didn't even know what it was. It's like, what the fuck are they drinking? I don't know what that is. What's a hard seltzer?
Okay, that
This
story.
is beer. Okay.
You saying us, the whites. This reminded me of something I watched recently. I've been really into. I don't know if you guys have heard of this show it's on YouTube, but it's like you can also pay a subscription to see it like sooner on a different platform, I think.
Mhm.
But it's a show that stars two drag queens, Katya and Trixie Mattel, and they call their show that's the name of their show. And
I can dig it. I
they
can dig
just talk about whatever they want because it's their show and not ours. So on one of the shows, they always have a topic, and the episode's usually like 10 to 15 minutes long.
it. Sal and I
So-
we should do guests on each other's show.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it sounds like.
the
Sal
the
used
topic,
to cross dress. Sal used to cross dress.
That
hell
was
yeah, dude.
beautiful.
I've
great
never seen
experience?
pictures, and I'm very sad that I haven't seen
You're
pictures.
Probably never gonna see them either.
Oh, I'll do your makeup sometime if you want.
I could do my own makeup, girl.
Okay.
But that would involve
Well,
shaving.
Cross
though.
dress pickle.
But anyway, so their topic for this episode was straight people. Because they're both gay.
Straight. Who
They're
are
both
straight
gay
people?
men
I
that
don't
were
know.
in drag.
I guess you guys. I guess I know some straight people. Like there's only Kat's straight. I think.
Yeah. But
Okay, so there's
I
one
love
straight person. There's one straight person in this podcast right now.
I'm a straight person who kind of wishes that she was bi to, I don't know.
You don't have to wish, just do it.
Yeah.
No,
right?
I can't. It doesn't work that way.
No,
Um,
it doesn't.
You just need a couple of mimosas and maybe a couple of white
Mimosas.
claws.
But
And
anyway,
then
White claws.
you lubricate the wheels, and then
no, doesn't work. No.
Bro, that's bro rape. No bro rape.
So they're both gay men that dress in drag, and they're famous drag queens. And so their topic on this episode was straight people.
Damn, that's gonna be
And-
hard to get on the show then.
And they're like, okay, let's talk about the straights,
They're
right?
famous.
And then Trixie prefaces before they even start the conversation about straights, she's like, okay, here's the thing. If you were watching this program and you haven't already like went, ugh, these people, and like you actually like us, we're not talking about you as the straights, okay? You are one of us and you are not.
We're
the
talking about
straights
the
that we are
bearing
talking about.
straights, the dire straights. These are the people you're talking about.
Yeah, they're like, we're talking about the boring ass straights.
The people that say, I'd be fine with gay people if they didn't have to shove it in everybody's face all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So that's what that
you're not
reminded
cool
me of.
with gay people if you say that.
No.
So obviously we're not.
I mean, I'll say it
straights.
ironically. Of course.
Like, even though I'm straight, I'm not a straight.
Yeah.
I'm a they said you're heterosexual. Or yeah, heterosexual. You're not a straight, you're heterosexual.
You're a God, what did Margaret Cho call herself? A fruit fly?
A fruit fly.
A fruit fly, I think is what Margaret Cho called her.
Why did she call herself that?
Because she likes hanging out with gay people.
Oh yeah.
So it's like being like a
Oh my God, they're
barfly
so
or a
fun.
fly on the wall,
Or
right?
what was the other? There was
They are.
another term she used as well.
What a long time ago, it was me, Heather, I think one of Heather's friends, and Chirag. We all went to in Hollywood. I think it was, I don't know if it was Sunset Boulevard, but there was I think there was a big gay club that we went to, and it was an amazing experience. And let's just say on the dance floor, shit fucking was lit when Kelly Clarkson came on.
Oh fuck yeah.
It was,
You bet your ass it was.
It was all
Yeah.
like, since you've been gone. We were fucking, dude, I was so like,
She's
there
a
were-
gay icon.
there were Chirag and I almost didn't get let back in because we were both kind of wasted, and then we were walking back to the Factory. It was a gay club called the Factory in Hollywood. I believe
That sounds fun.
it was one of the best experiences ever, because like the
Like,
girls
I hate people
the
and I
girls
want to
are-
go.
the girls were having a blast because there's no fucking dudes being skeevy on them. I mean,
Right. It's just
and
everyone having fun.
and the guys that were like on us weren't gross. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's like,
they're playful and they're fun.
Right?
They're not fucking creepy.
yeah, it wasn't creepy. It was a
My
blast.
scene
And
is
there was
more of
there
a
was
blue
also
lace
this one. There's probably a picture somewhere. There was a I think at the time. I think at the time the word transvestite was okay. It's a weird term.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's still
I know it
okay.
used to be okay.
Yeah.
I don't
But there was
think it's I
there
don't
was like
necessarily
a-
think it's bad, but
I
it's
think
just
no,
not
I think a better
proper.
maybe a better description now. I'd be like, there was like a drag queen at a different bar, you know, like at just like a regular bar on Sunset Boulevard, and they had, you know, like huge fake boobs and like, you know, like a feathery pink top and stuff. And I remember taking a picture in their bosom. That's all. Essentially, I remember that happening. I was very
That
drunk,
sounds fun.
but I remember that happening.
Yeah.
Heather was there, and it was a blast. And
Yeah, like I
Chirag
want to
was
go
there.
to Palm Springs for
Cha-cha.
Pride. I've always wanted to do that. 'Cause they
Ball's
pop
hot
off.
over there. Though.
It's
like,
so hot. In
I know,
Palm
but they
Springs.
pop off over there.
Mm.
they're gonna their makeup's gonna melt
I don't
on there.
even
need
know
to
we're
do
talking
some-
about it anymore. Like, what's going on? Who
I
is
don't
this?
know. We were talking.
It's a
that's
great
what I was
episode.
trying to. I was trying to move on to some news
Oh, news.
in between the talking. So let's talk about PlayStation. Okay. Mhm.
Wait, hold on. You guys continue conversation. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
My dogs are barking. I'm home
Uh-huh.
alone, so I gotta check.
Grab the gun.
Probably-
Shotgun, preferably. Rack that shit. People
Mhm.
run when you hear that.
Just put a. Oh, the hell did I? do?
That's how you blow someone's mind, by the way. You act like a leftist and then pull out a shotgun. Then they're fucking confused. Like, they're not
Here's
even
the-
worried
here's the
about getting
thing, though.
shot at that point.
I'm a leftist, and I believe people should have the right to own whatever gun you want.
No, well, that's what I'm saying.
Only-
Right? That blows people's mind.
Only if they're well trained on the weapon they're going to be using. Right? If you're gonna
Legally speaking,
Yeah.
yes.
If you're gonna be a gun owner, like a handgun owner, you need to be trained very fucking well
Yes.
by somebody certified as an instructor. If you're gonna be a
Agreed.
shotgun owner, same deal. Whatever kind of weapon you are, I want you to be like fucking almost damn near John Wick with your fucking guns.
Because that's the same with cars, right? We have to
Yeah.
we have to get training and learn how to drive a car before we get a license, and before we get a license, we have to have a permit for a while. Like, it should be the same with
So
firearms.
this is now relevant to our conversation because I was just talking about gay bars and bars in Hollywood, and Eddie says he's in a bar in LA and he hates it. He's in LA and he hates it, but he found a dive bar around the corner and that would have sufficed.
Yeah.
It's Chavo del Ocho.
Yeah. LA just.
In the barrel, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah.
LA gives me
I
anxiety.
thought that was a baseball cap. I thought-
LA sucks. Nobody
does
needs
suck.
to go to LA. Let's see, especially downtown LA. Ugh. Gross.
Eddie says, "I wish I was talking nerd shit instead."
Oh, Eddie.
We miss you
So-
too, Eddie.
So PlayStation lost nearly 2 million subscribers.
Someone drank all my fucking whiskey. What am I supposed to do about that?
You
PlayStation
did.
Plus subscribers. You know what? I think
That's not a solution, Cat.
It's not someone, it's you.
I think
No,
PlayStation.
but what's the solution to that? Someone drinking all, even if I did, it doesn't matter.
Go get more.
I'm still someone.
PlayStation is really dropping the ball when it comes to their Plus services.
Yeah.
Like they have those different tiers now,
Thankfully, I'm in a
but there's
room
really
full of whiskey.
nothing all that great on there, and it's not like
Steam has better sales than the PlayStation Network does.
why don't they do it the way Microsoft does it? Just copy Microsoft ecosystem, right? It just
Ugh.
have a subscription, you get like all these fucking games at launch.
Yeah, the
All the older
only
stuff.
reason I have PlayStation Plus right now is because I had to get it to get the PS5 bundle.
Mhm.
But once that year runs out,
Yeah, it's like,
I don't really
Why?
need it.
what's the point, right? Unless you're gonna be playing with somebody online on your PlayStation, then that's the only reason I could see you having.
Yeah.
their Plus games are eh.
And yeah,
They're not
the
good.
only games that I buy on PlayStation now are like the PlayStation exclusive ones.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm willing to buy it, then I don't really need a discount because I'm probably buying it right when it comes out, like God of War Ragnarok. I pre-ordered that shit the day it came out, but like I bought it in the morning and it showed like a timer. I
Yeah,
was
but
able to download it.
You think that game would be available to the highest tier subscription to the Plus, right? Like it should be included in Plus, like Microsoft does it.
Or discounted.
No, not even discounted. It should be included with the Plus subscription. That's what Microsoft does. Any new game of theirs, like
Excuse me.
their first party games, automatically there.
Oh, I didn't
And
realize that.
a lot of third party games are on day one released on their subscription service.
I didn't
And
realize
I
that.
think that's where they're
Papa
losing.
bless.
Thank you.
Salute.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
A lot of people
Oh,
aren't
thank you.
resubscribing.
Thank you
And on top of that, there's still shortages of the PlayStation
Oh.
5. It's still hard to find.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can find Xbox anywhere. You can find the Xbox Series X ones anywhere.
Damn, did I give you
Allergies?
the COVID through the fucking mic?
You got the web aids.
I got like the craziest tickle in my nose just now.
Too much cocaine, man. You gotta ease up on the cocaine.
That's gonna be
okay?
your drag queen name, the craziest tickle.
They call you the cocaine.
Ah,
So 2 million subscribers lost. That's
yeah.
That's a lot of cheese that they're not getting, and it's just because their subscription shit sucks. It's
Yeah.
it's not
And they
not
don't-
any good.
They don't have enough good exclusive games for them to profit,
Do you know what?
really. And you don't like with the
Here's-
way they do
here's-
the PlayStation Plus, you don't need a PlayStation Plus to get those
Yeah.
games.
Here's what they should do. Instead of having PlayStation Now, they should just roll it into Plus and allow you to have all the older games, right? There's like a lot of PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and 3
Yeah.
games that are on PlayStation Now that should be included with the highest fucking tier PlayStation subscription.
Like
And
why
maybe they'll retain people
don't they make it compatible?
because it's PlayStation. They're dicks.
I feel like they would make so much more money if they if they just made the older games compatible or like sold compatible versions of them on the store for
Sony
like a few
is
bucks.
Japanese Apple, but better.
Yeah.
Well, I guess just saying that adding Japanese to something makes it better anyway. So coming from a weeb.
I need to start learning Japanese again. I started and then I
I think I'm
kinda fell
turning
off of it.
Japanese. I really think so.
You really think so?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
it is fun playing I was playing Tokyo Ghostwire.
Ghostwire, Tokyo. Yeah.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, that's right.
I was playing
Go with
that
it.
game with the Japanese voice actors and the English text so I could understand.
Yeah, because sub
Subtitles.
over dub.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
most of the time.
No disrespect to any
Mhm.
voice actors that we've had
No.
on our show. That
For
we-
me
that
it
did the
depends.
dubs for anime.
For me
'Cause
it
that happens.
depends.
Yvette was watching this I think it was a Spanish drama in dubbed and today she was watching it in Spanish and I was like, weren't you watching that in English?
It's
Voiceover? And she
way
goes,
better
the
in Spanish."
voiceovers were horrible.
Yeah.
Bruh. La Rosa de Guadalupe. That's my fucking show. That's my jam. That's what I watch with my mom when I'm visiting her. It's La
And you
Rosa
know-
de Guadalupe.
Now I like I used to just watch dub all the time, but now as I'm older, I have more of an appreciation of language and like I have like this regret that I never really picked up another language other than English. And I wish that I had.
Another language. Wait, what?
I wish I picked up a second language.
Yeah.
Like
It sounded like you knew a different language that we
No.
didn't know that wasn't English.
no, I don't know any other language. I just know
Hey,
bits
English
and
is
pieces.
a complicated enough fucking language, okay?
I'm good
It's
at
one of the
English.
most complicated fucking
Yeah, it's
languages
stupid.
in the world.
But now it's hard because like as an adult it's harder to learn another language. Like I know it's
Yeah.
not impossible, but you really have to dedicate a lot of time and
Yeah,
energy.
even though I
to
never was taught Spanish, I grew up enough around it to the point where
You can
I
understand
it, right?
a good amount of it. So, like,
and you need that environment in order to get that level of
When-
learning.
when I
You
visit-
need people speaking to you in
Yeah,
that language all
when
the
I
time.
visit my mom now, especially my tia, she'll just rattle a bunch of shit off in Spanish, and that's one of the things that, and it works both ways, right? When people are trying to like understand somebody, and they don't know the language, that you need to like talk slower to them, right?
Yeah,
So when
right.
they're talking fast, it seems like they're talking super fast. Well, it's like right now. If someone that was not a native English speaker was listening to us right now,
They would be
think
like,
we're
"Whoa, whoa, whoa,
speaking
whoa."
really fucking fast," because
Yeah.
we are. And in Spanish, it feels like the same way. But I catch 50% to 75% of what they're saying.
Yeah, you
when
just
they
gotta
sing
get
in
the
Spanish.
You can get the gist
the
of it.
nouns, just the nouns alone. You
Yeah.
can probably get.
And most of the time, I'll reply in English, and my mom might be kind of surprised that I understood what was said, because she'll correct my tia in Spanish. She'll tell her to speak English. Like I heard you. You're fine.
So Square Enix is
Squeenix.
they shut down a lot of their overseas what was it, Square Enix Montreal, I think, got bought out by
Squantrial.
what was what's the name there's this
Squanch.
what's the name of the fucking, I can't remember the name of the company that bought them, but they shut it down already.
That's why we need a
Um,
producer, right? Because they could
yeah.
just like
They could look it up.
and then he could be like,
I have it like
because I'm not gonna edit that shit in later. That's too much work.
something group. I forgot the name of their name, but anyways, they're selling off a lot of their studios outside
Shinra.
Japan.
That's what it was. Shinra.
Shinra,
Embracer Group. That's
that
that's
evil
about them.
corporation.
Embracer Group's been buying up a lot of gaming companies.
Sal fucking Googled it. Good job.
No, I remembered. Every once in a while, the hamster will like
He
Start-
turned
start
up.
running again?
The
Back
wheel
on.
moved.
start moving.
Yeah.
So they got rid of a lot of their studios that aren't in Japan, and they're focusing now on doing global releases for their stuff, because everybody in Japan's getting too old. their population's aging way faster than their birth rate. So a lot of the people that used to play their games are getting older, and they're not you know how work centric Japan is. It's getting a lot more worse. Where like they call them black companies, where the employees don't even go home; they just sleep like underneath their desks and then get up in the morning and start working again.
Yeah.
So they don't have as much.
Those are the fucking Adena farmers, bro. Those are the gold farmers, the plat farmers.
No, most of these people work in data entry and stuff like that. So they're not able to play their games anymore. So there are a lot more people are like not even playing mobile games as much, or I think the Nintendo sales as well started dropping because just people don't have enough time, right? So they're starting to focus more on the rest of the world, for to make up the loss of players. So if you want to go to Japan and make some babies over there and start reigniting the population,
I don't know about making babies, but I want to go back to Japan because it's
I would love to visit.
It's fucking awesome. I love Japan.
That's why I want to learn some Japanese so that I can go visit. And
I have Japanese toilets in my house now because I went to Japan once. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Okay. Literally shit happens.
You could buy property over there if you want to be a farmer, though. You have to buy farmers.
Heather and I would love to be farmers, probably.
Well, shit farmers aren't. You can't do anything with that. Shit post farming.
Salt mining,
yeah.
I'm a huge salt miner.
So there's been a scandal that's been coming out from the Middle East. A bunch of these big companies like Gigabyte, Asus, Nvidia, AMD, they've been flagging YouTubers and review people from like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and shit like that for any kind of critical critiques about their new hardware, or if they're doing something wrong. They've been also sending them cease and desist letters, like we're gonna cancel your YouTube or other shit. Basically being assholes to people, tech reviewers that are in the Middle East. And I think one of the guys is Egyptian, and he showed the letter from Nvidia, was it? And the boss from the regional area basically sent him a letter. Is like, you gotta stop critiquing us, or you're gonna cost all these employees their jobs. And I was like, holy shit.
It's like, bro, they can critique all they want.
I guess in the Middle East, no, you can't. Well, you can't really. They don't really have free speech over there, right?
Yeah.
But so they started catching a lot of flack from the Western world over it. I was like, what the hell are you guys doing in these other countries? And that's the way it usually works, right? With basically any other countries and Western companies, they treat, just because they can get away with it elsewhere, they're going to do it.
I got my whiskey dealer texting me, so I was
trying to sell you some whiskey.
Well, the last couple of bottles that I bought off of him, I told him all about the tastes that I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he gave me, but I didn't tell him. Apparently, I didn't get back to him about the 2 bottles that I bought from him, the share bottles. And it was funny because we had like opposite reactions to them. He was like, I was like, I liked this one, and even Heather liked this one, this Scotch, the Bruichladdich 26-year. But the other one, the Octomore 13.2, I was kind of on the fence about, and he said the exact opposite. And so I had to try it again. I mean, it's a terrible thing that I have to try.
Oh my God.
Scotch again.
So annoying.
So annoying. I'd have to try it again because the first time I tried it, it was weird. It was weird. I was getting some strange notes off of it that Heather didn't get. She didn't say it was bad, but like
such an inconvenience.
Anyway, so moral of the story is don't be a reviewer in the Middle East.
Yeah.
No, don't do anything like media in places where they'll fucking
especially when
cut
you
your
don't
head
have
off
free
for
speech.
saying the wrong thing.
So PlayStation kind of leaked that they're making a slim version of the PlayStation 5.
Oh,
We don't need that yet.
Here's the thing:
Can't even buy a regular PS5.
if you
right.
if you
Sal
break
doesn't
down,
have one.
yeah, I don't. If you
No,
break,
but you know what happens if a slim comes out, Kat? I buy a slim and then Sal gets the fat one.
Oh, that's true. But then the slims will be hard to buy.
So when
Heather knows how to get them, I'm sure.
when they broke down the current PlayStation 5 and they took it apart, there's so much fucking empty space that is just unused, right? That they could cut away some plastic and make it smaller.
They would learn by now with their fifth
I
model.
don't know what they were thinking when they came up with how big it came out, right? There's even if with vents and stuff, they could have made it a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But they know they put out a bookcase.
It's so big that it doesn't like fit in the little cubby that I have. I set aside one of the cubbies on my TV stand to put the PS5 in. Doesn't fit long ways or width ways. It's too big.
Yeah, because it has all the extra fins and flourishes. But if you open it up, there's a lot of empty space in certain areas that you can literally shrink down the plastic and make it a lot smaller.
Yeah.
And they're also, I think they're also redesigning it to where you don't have to get that extra stand to lay it on its side. It'll just be able to lay on its side.
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of soon, right, for them to release a slim now.
Yeah, I think so because it's
there's still shortages and all this other stuff, so it might come out next year is what they're saying it might come out.
Yeah, because like usually the new models come out when sales slow down on the OG models, right? But like sales aren't slowing down. Like it's still hard to get this shit.
Yeah, it's still hard to find.
I didn't have to pull any strings, but like I felt like I had to get really lucky in order to just get the bundle that I got that I didn't really want.
if you want to get a bundle that you want, just tell Heather to do it. She always gets some. Like, how the fuck did you get that?
Well, she was the first one of all of us, I think, except for Subly, to get.
Yeah, because Subly pre-ordered. She was smart.
A PlayStation 5. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Subly also was like.
She got up, right? She got
Fortune or some bullshit.
No. Well, she got up like at 3 a.m. or something to order it or something, and she got it the first try.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. Subly's dedicated to a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like she. If there's something about her that she's she's
good at focusing.
She's playing fucking Hunt like I'm playing Eve right now.
Yeah, I don't know how this woman balances it all. Like she has so many friends.
She's still young. That's why. Y'all, she's younger than you, Kat.
Only by like 3 years.
Yeah, but that still puts her
3 years of energy.
20s. Yeah. The 20, Kat, if you recall, as you die from coughing attack, the 20s are the last time when you're young.
I know, but she does so much. Like she has a crazy job. She's got a ton of friends. And she keeps up with all of them. She streams all the time.
You know how she does it? She keeps them all in their perfect, neat little siloed boxes.
Oh yeah, she's got they're in compartments in her life.
She's got a strengthened gaming box on her shelf right there.
And she's good at balancing it. Like if I text her out of nowhere, she will answer quickly. And I can't say the same. If she texted me, sometimes I'm good at responding. Other times I'm not.
I love you, Kat, but yes, she will respond. Sometimes I'll text her and be like, "Hey, is Kat okay?" Did she text you? Is she okay?
I try. I'm trying. I'm trying. But it's hard because. But I know
it is.
I can appreciate this about myself too, in a way, because I'm not tied to my phone or social media or
it's her scientist brain, dude. She knows how to make lists in her head, right? Because that's what she does.
And she doesn't get overwhelmed either.
She would be great as an intel officer in Eve, but I know that's never gonna happen.
You can dream.
Nobody wants to
yeah, right. Like if it's I pay you to be an intel officer.
So you have to get a lot like Hunt for her to play.
Yeah, right. No, it's like it's even worse than like, because it's funny because she's not into any fantasy stuff at all. And not Eve is sci-fi, but it's not like it's
the like most fantasy like she's into is God of War.
From the outside, and even if you were in the inside for a minute, like Sal, it's that whole like there's just dots on the screen, and people are like saying things blew up. Like I don't know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like it's,
yeah, but this is Subly's screen. Hunt is like this.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's fucking bouncing back, and I fucking hate it. I hate those people. You know what I do with those people? I fucking shoot them in the head. That's what I do with those people.
Yep.
So tired of that shit.
He might listen to this.
I'm waiting. No. I love Subly. No, it's fine. But I wait till those fuckers that bounce around are climbing up a ladder. And fuck you. You're dead. Stop bouncing around.
Samson has little dots on the screen. Subly is bouncing around.
My problem with the game.
Well, I like Hunt.
Their servers are fucking hot garbage.
Yeah,
and the lag is fucking bullshit.
I was just gonna say my streams are just lag because I'm like MMOs.
Well, they get cat. All you gotta do is put on a delay, and then no one even knows there's lag.
Yeah,
yeah. That's my only problem with that game.
It's a delay.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the servers aren't lagging, we do very well.
Yeah.
Oh, but when the servers are lagging, I do very well. Remember that one clip that I did, Sal, where I was like, all right, I see him, pa. And I was like, oh, God damn, that was bullshit. I shot him in the head. And Sal's like, oh, you got him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I heard,
yeah, like a
3 or 4 seconds later.
His head exploded.
It's like you literally have to figure out like lag compensation, right?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay. So
garbage.
Dude, Guild Wars 2, I still love it, obviously, because I'm still playing a lot of it and I may have a problem. But for God's sake, awesome. Sometimes the story instance
is MMO Addicts Anonymous.
Well, I've never had this happen in another MMO before. This is like specific to Guild Wars 2. Sometimes, like when you do your main character story, you enter instances. So think of it as like zoning into the story, right? And then when your instance is over, you get the loot and the experience, and then you exit the story zone, right? I can't tell you how many fucking times I have gone into a story instance. It's a long one. Takes me like 20 minutes to get through it, fighting a bunch of stupid enemies. And then right at the end, right before I get the loot, it crashes. I have to start it over.
Wait, like the game, like your client crashes?
Yeah, it's something to do with the game client, because I looked up, like there's a lot of the instances are buggy, but people get different kinds of bugs, and so they say, oh, you just need to like repair your client. So like I like made a shortcut in order to like repair my game client, and it still didn't fucking work. So it's kind of like a game of luck with these buggy instances. It's just like you gotta wait a day or two and try again, and it might work or it might fail again. Or, you know, you try like doing the instance, but you try picking this answer instead of that answer. Maybe that will fix something. Or, you know, you got
this
NPC.
Sounds worse than 7 Days to Die. What the
it's because the way the
feature.
The way the game works is you can basically be on a different server and still be able to play with your friends, because it creates shards, which is basically like I think it's 100 people instance,
like mini server instance.
Yeah, like a mini server instance. And if it's full, their servers aren't that great because it's a free to play game. So when their servers are full in that little instance, it lags like a motherfucker.
It still sounds better than Hunt. Oh.
But yeah, that's why you get like a lot of these like.
Subly's not here, so we can say whatever the fuck we want about Hunt. I still love that game. It's fun to play.
You know, MMOs are not her thing, and FPS is not my thing, and that's okay.
We need to bridge the gap, man.
Bruh, when she can we talk about
Yes.
in our Slack chat today when she was like, I'd up the difficulty from Give Me Balance to the next one up because the combat was way too easy. I was sitting there
What?
like, oh, so God of War Ragnarok. When you
Oh, yeah,
start it, you set your
Oh, yeah,
difficulty.
That's because she's a Dark Souls veteran, Kat. Come
Yeah,
on.
I was like,
Come on,
I'm
man.
kind of having some trouble with Give Me Balance, to be honest.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I
Dark
never
Souls changes
choose the normal level. It's
I
normal.
always
is-
go
normal.
normal.
Normal
okay,
is
so
easy. They
I've only
changed
played-
it. They
I've only
moved the flag
played-
post.
I've only played one God of War game, and it was before I played Dark Souls games. And my egotistical ass turned it up to the maximum level. The original God of War turned it up to the maximum level.
No.
And I went through almost the entire game, and then I got to like the very end, and I almost I kind of rage quit, and then I think Heather maybe convinced me to maybe drop it down, so I dropped it down to the level below the hardest, and it was able to finish the game. And that was before I played Dark Souls. Now, no, that'd be easy peasy because Dark Souls, motherfucker.
Yeah, so they changed the wording for casuals, as they would say. Normal now is
Scrubs.
is what used to be easy, and then
Get
the
good
hard
scrub.
is actually what normal is, and then
Sal, they
the
have
hardest
an
is what.
easy. They have an easy one in
Oh
God
my
of
God,
War. There's Give Me Balance is the middle, and then there's like two
Okay,
tiers
hold on,
easier,
let's see.
and then two tiers harder.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
Well,
always pick normal.
You're probably on easy. Like I'm guessing the easier one is for like
Look.
very very basic beginners.
Here's the thing with God of War games is
Here we go.
It's a combo. Your combat style is combo moves, right? So you have to do combo buttons. I'm not great at those games because I have the memory of a fucking fruit fly. So I never do combos right. I just mash buttons. And so
Hey, button
normal
mashers can fuck shit up, okay?
normal is good for me on God of War. But if you're giving
So-
me like Final Fantasy vibes, I could do
I wa-
hard mode.
I want to give
No?
you before political correctness and whatever the fuck's going on these days, the original difficulty game for me, the changing a difficulty game was Wolfenstein 3D, which is the original Wolfenstein, the very first Wolfenstein game. Level 1 difficulty was Can I Play Daddy? Level 2 was Don't Hurt Me. Level 3 was Bring 'Em On, and level 4 was I Am Death Incarnate. So those were the names of the skill levels in the original Wolfenstein.
Can I play Daddy?
Yeah, exactly. That's how it is, right? Right. It's like
It's like a child being like,
Yeah.
"Can I?"
it's journalist level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
that's
put it
the
on.
journalist
Can I
level.
play
Game
Daddy?
journalist difficulty.
Mode. They
Yeah,
have that
that's-
in the new God of War game. I swear, one of the difficulties is like not focused on combat at all, and it's like pure story.
Well, okay, so what that is though, I mean, to be perfectly fair, not to be an elitist or anything, but like a lot of games have really good story and people just want to enjoy the story.
it does, and you
And
know
yeah.
what? It's also I see it as accessibility
Yeah,
because
that's what
Yeah.
the easier levels are, is accessibility. For
yeah,
people who probably can't
can't play
Like,
harder
play
games for
hardcore, yeah.
some reason, whether it's because of some underlying issue or they just don't like it, they just want the
Yeah.
story. So I see it as accessibility, but
I still want to say though, I still want to say one thing about that though, because people
get good.
people overcome odds, you know, like
oh my god, like
all the time. And so-
Skadoosh.
Yeah, exactly. Skadoosh.
Oh my
he's an
God.
amazing example. He's an awesome dude. And like my buddy Pat, who I spoke of earlier in this apparently episode, he's got well, I don't know how he refers to it, but my buddy Pat, he calls it a nub. He's got a hand and he's got a nub, and he's a really cool dude, and he has a really good sense of humor, and he's down, and he'll even make his own. But he's also down. He's down with the you need a hand jokes, right? Like it just. But Skadoosh, yeah, dude is like I think 5 or 6 star hunt player, and yeah, he has, you know, a hand and what my buddy Pat refers to as a nub, and he's an awesome dude.
Yeah, he's amazing at the game.
So like that's an example of what I'm saying. Get good.
No, for sure.
You can get good. I get accessibility, but not everybody prefers that, right? Yeah, exactly.
Right. Like, what if? Look, here's how I think of it. Right. I'm an old lady, and I still want to play video games. Right. Like I'm like 80 years old. Okay. In the future, I'm 80 years old.
When you're 80 years old, Kat, this is going to happen. If I'm still alive, which I'm sure science will adhere to this. When you're 80 years old, I want you to play PT again, and I'm going to record it.
Okay. And I'll be
that
like,
might be the day that you die, but it might be also pretty amazing.
This is so basic.
Yeah, right.
I remember when this used to be scary, but it's not scary anymore.
I've seen an aborted fetus. I've seen an aborted fetus crying in the sink in real life at this point.
I've had worse in my 40s. Yeah, no, but like let's say like I'm 80 years old and I can't fucking operate a video game controller anymore, but like I still love video games. Something like this accessibility feature where like I can at least enjoy the story of the video game in some way. I love that, you know? I mean, or I could just go on YouTube and watch it, but
so one of the things, excuse me,
if we won't even have YouTube anymore, it will have evolved into some
brain tube.
Yeah,
it'll be iTube. It'll just be like VR directly beamed into your brain. But so there was a certain point, it was probably like 5 years ago maybe, when FPSs became hard enough to the point where my reflexes weren't as good enough for me to be satisfied in playing them. And that's when I found World of Tanks, because World of Tanks is basically a more strategic and slower FPS. And when I got to that point, it was so much more enjoyable because you have that extra time to set your shit up and figure out all the stuff and the angles and things that kill people. I remember one of the most interesting things that I did with that game, because you know I have that 120 inch now it's a 4K display in my living room, 120 inch 4K projector. When you played PT on it was just the 1080p 120 inch, but now it's 4K. And one time I had my father-in-law over, Heather's dad, and he actually in I think it was during the Korean War or something, in Germany, he was actually he operated tanks. So he's a veteran, and he was a like a scout. I think he did scout missions and those scout tanks and stuff. And so what was interesting was I played that game with him present, and he was my spotter. So like, there's a huge fucking screen, and I'd be like, he'd be like, over there, he's on this blah blah blah, and be like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And he may have had flashbacks. I don't know.
Got some NAM flashbacks. So Callisto Protocol got banned in Japan because it was too violent. It was too violent. It was too violent.
It was too violent
for Japan. They got weird tentacles hentai games and weird sex tastes, but that was too violent for Japan. And the devs refused to censor the game, which is they should never. If you're not gonna play it the way they intended you to play it, then you shouldn't play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a Dark Souls mentality. And Dark Souls is Japan, right?
Yeah.
Dark Souls originated from Japan.
Yeah, but you know how you can. It's very gruesome how you can dismember bodies or get killed in that game. It's very gruesome. But apparently that
sounds like a game I need to play.
Yeah,
I mean that makes me sound like a serial killer, but I don't give a shit.
It's apparently it
I haven't killed anybody.
offended their sensibilities, I guess.
I don't think.
I feel like
how does that fucking work?
even
Japan?
in the YouTube community here, like dismemberment has been like a hot button issue.
Mhm.
But I think not because it wasn't initially because of dismemberment. It was initially because YouTube was
More family friendly. I think
no,
is
they
what-
were giving strikes to some YouTubers and not to others. They were playing favorites.
Oh yeah.
For
We were
the
supposed to
mortuary
do an
assistant, which has
episode on that
dismemberment.
shit, but we didn't.
Yeah, it's like, and now it turned into like, if anyone
Sal
shows the
didn't communicate
dismemberment
properly.
scenes in the mortuary assistant, they will get their video flagged.
Mm-hmm.
And it was no, they don't get a strike. They get
demonetized.
they get age restricted. They
Oh,
get their
okay.
video age restricted, which
you should be age restricting your games if you're playing a mature game, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You should always
If there's
age restrict.
nudity, sex, certain amount of violence,
Sure, but
gore.
the problem was they were age restricting some YouTubers and not
not
others
all
for
of
the
them.
exact
Oh,
same
yeah.
content.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was YouTube
It's
being
whoever.
racist.
Yeah, it's whoever gives you the most money, right? That they're not gonna limit.
Yeah.
It's
No, I
just
guess
like
that
with
would
And-
be, I
Twitch.
guess that would technically be classist, right?
No, it's class.
In the example that we saw, it did seem very racist because the YouTuber that was getting age restricted was Corey X Kenshin, who is a Black creator, and he has tons of views. Like, he's very successful. He's not a small YouTuber.
Yeah, so there might have been
But-
some racism going on there.
Yeah, he got age restricted, but Jacksepticeye and Markiplier did not.
Mhm.
So,
And
and
then-
then when they brought attention to it, then they got age restricted. On top, or no, what first happened was they took the age restriction off of Corey Kenshin's video, and he was like, "Oh, so just because, like, I made a fuss about it, like I expected them to double down and age restrict Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, right?
Mhm.
But no, they took it away. And then when I pointed out how fucked up that was, then they put it back on and then age restricted Markiplier and Jacksepticeye.
Which is what they should have done from the
That's what they
beginning.
should have
is
done
They
from the
should have
beginning.
age restricted everybody.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but I got to this because apparently the scene in question was a scene with dismemberment in it.
Mhm.
Which, yeah, of course, that should be age restricted, but like
Yeah,
age restricted for everybody.
It's a
That has
fucking
that
adult.
Yeah.
It's an adult game. It's not for kids. It should be age restricted regardless.
I'm,
like-
I'm
No matter who it is putting it up, it should.
I age restrict all my shit because
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
want
it's
anyone
easier.
coming
Yeah,
in
it's easier that way.
unsuspecting.
yeah,
easier,
no, like,
it's
my
easier that
stream
way.
is, it says that you have to be
Yeah.
an adult to watch it. Mainly
with mine.
because I'm gonna fucking say cunt and
Curse,
bullshit.
yeah,
and
the curse,
fucking-
Yeah, I'm gonna curse. I'm gonna curse like a sailor.
It also makes it easier to be yourself, right? If you're
Also, the C
Yeah.
word, cunt, is used a lot in other cultures compared to.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
true.
So I don't know if you've seen the launch trailer
Scottish.
to Tactics Ogre Reborn, and it's a Switch game that's coming out.
Woo!
So,
Woo! When does it come out?
I feel like I shared that a couple episodes
did
ago.
you? You probably did. You probably did. That's
When does it
probably
come
why,
out?
That's probably why
Can I pre-order
I
it?
remembered about it.
Yeah, cat. I love to play that game, and Tactics Ogre.
I want to pre-order it. I need to pre-order. I'm
Tactics
getting
Ogre was
Violet.
the first
Pokemon Violet.
Tactics RPG that I played because I played
Oh my god, there's
God damn it. Ogre Battle. I played Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen. That was my first game that was sort of like almost a real-time strategy MMO or no.
Yeah, I think
RPG.
it's this. That's the version that this one is. It's like remastered or some fucking shit.
No, it's not no that it's Tactics Ogre remaster.
Okay. Oh
Because-
yeah. Tactics.
Because March of the Black Queen was not tactics. It was more like a real time strategy ish where you could pause it, right? And then the battles were like automated, sort of, to the point where it was one of my favorite games, though. March of the Black Queen. Basically, you'd have an overland map, and you would set your units to go out, your little groups of units, and go out to different places. Your objective was to liberate all the cities, and then liberate the capital. Eventually, you had to fight the enemy units while you were doing that. And it was real time in the sense that you could pause it and set the commands, and then everybody would go. And then when they were fighting, it was automatic. You couldn't directly tell what unit to do what, but you could set their tactics, right? You could say target the weakest, target the strongest, or target the best. And those were like the three strategies you could use, or you could retreat, right? So, and then you would just let it play out. But during the battle in real time, you could change those tactics whenever you wanted, right? And then it would just wait until the next person would attack, and then or do something, an action, and then it would change the tactics. And I don't know what's going on with Cat right now.
It's out today.
What?
Oh hell yeah!
The November 11th, Tactics Ogre Reborn is due out for PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC via Steam on November 11th.
This is a perfect.
I get a Steam. Oh, sorry, I peeked.
Do it.
Sorry,
No,
sorry.
that wasn't as loud as how I just screamed right now. You're
It's a perfect Switch game, though. It looks like it.
Also,
Played on the can.
on that topic, Sal, for the Switch, Triangle Strategy is also a tactics-like game that's coming out. I don't know when. I'm looking. Wait,
that's a
what?
Square Enix game, right?
Oh, I think it's out already. Holy shit. Hold on. I'm just... BRB. I got my Switch.
You're gonna check.
Oh no. I thought you were charging. Fuck.
You're
Switch is dead.
I have so many games to buy. Okay.
When we
I
go
might-
to
I might get Ogre Reborn on Steam right now.
when we go to Colorado, Heather said we're gonna make her parents play Overcooked and Mario Party. And I was like, Mario Party will probably be fun. I feel like Overcooked is way too hard.
Yeah, there's a pretty big learning curve, especially if you're not an avid gamer for that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Sorry,
requires like a.
I'm adding it to my wish list because it's $50 right now.
Jesus.
Kat, have you ever played Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen?
No. I've
I
never
think you
played any of the
should.
Ogre games.
Well, you did. You played. Well, no, you're going to
No.
play Ogre Tactics.
I put it on my
Tactics
list because
Ogre.
it's $50 right now.
Yeah, well, but Tactics Ogre is basically like Final Fantasy Tactics.
I
Yeah.
know.
This-
I love that game so
Yeah.
much. So
the
much.
the DS games of those were really fun.
With Tactics Ogre, you gotta get an angel. I want to see an angel in your
Okay.
that was the hardest shit that I ever did, man.
Get an
in order-
angel?
Acquiring Angels.
To get an angel. I don't know if I want to spoil it for you, Kat.
is
How
it
do
No,
you
don't
know?
spoil it for me. Don't.
What, Kat?
Don't
What's
spoil
up?
it.
Get the red dragons at the very beginning.
Red dragons are pretty good, but platinum dragons are better. And Tiamats. Ooh.
I
Yeah,
do.
Tiamat.
So with games like this, I don't like spoilers, but I do appreciate
It's
people
not a
saying
story spoiler.
no,
but,
I know,
yeah.
I know. But like if it's a cool class or something,
Yeah.
I
So
don't want to know yet. I don't want to
No,
know. yet.
I'll explain not that, but I'll explain that Tactics Ogre, one of the things that I liked, well, Ogre Battle and Tactics Ogre share the same classes like across the board. But Ogre Battle or Tactics Ogre has all the same classes, and it's got a lot of really, really interesting classes. Some of my favorite classes are like Lich, Angel, like they're more like a hard to obtain classes.
Mhm.
And the things that you have to do to get to them let's just say in some cases they can be traumatizing.
Yikes. Okay.
But
I understand.
They're fucking awesome, right? Because like you get attached to characters in games, right?
Yeah.
There's things that have to be done and things that you have to do.
In Final Fantasy Tactics, if one of my guys died, I would reload. I would save after every battle so that if I lost one of my guys, I could reload and try again.
I want to see you play this game, Kat, and I want you to get an Angel class character.
Okay. Yeah, so what I do appreciate is like tips like for games like this where like you kind of want things end game, but maybe you have to like start doing shit at the beginning in order to ensure that it's possible for you to get things later on. I appreciate starter tips. For example, like in MMOs, like crafting is usually a big deal. So like when Sal started playing Guild Wars 2, I told him hoard everything. You need everything. You pick up grass, you need that shit. Okay? It's good for something.
Just to be clear, it's called an Angel Knight.
Angel Knight. Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if there's like starter tips that will help me achieve better things onward, I appreciate that advice.
Let me tell you how to cheese it.
Oh, that hurts. Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah. I want to be there, Kat, when you get to the point where you're like, I'm going to make this Angel Knight, and I want to be there watching that stream when you do it. Or be standing behind you. I don't care. Fuck.
Yeah. Or if I do end up playing
Unless
this,
they change how that fucking works, because it better be the fucking same, because that's hardcore and I love it.
I don't know. Anyway, this episode has gone a long time.
Yeah, I know what we're talking about anymore.
Well, it was a fun episode of talking about everything.
Let's
and
start
nothing.
the episode.
It's a show about nothing.
Yeah, maybe we should start the episode now.
Yeah, let's start the episode. Let's do it.
Thank you so much to all the nerds that listened. You can find us at strengthengaming.com or email us at info@strcast.com.